When searching on Best Buy, the new 2025 Samsung TVs are already popping up. But hold on, are these really next level upgrades or just a slight refresh? Let's break it down. Hey everyone, Max here. If you're into the latest TV tech, you're in the right place. Samsung 2025 lineup it just hit Best Buy websites, and we're getting to the early looks at what's coming. So let's dive into the details. Samsung has officially launched its 2025 lineup of Neo QLED 8K and 4K TVs. And this year, the focus is clearly on AI, both in terms of picture quality and how users interact with their TVs. The company is introducing Samsung Vision AI, which is a new platform that blends AI powered visuals and sound with smarter and more adaptive features. With Samsung Vision AI, the TV now do more than just display your favorite shows. New features like click to search allow viewers to pull up more information about actors and screens, while live translate can provide real-time subtitles in your preferred language. There's even a support for motion control through the Galaxy Watch with a feature called Universal Gestures. First thing I'm going to go over Neo QLED 8K televisions. All right, let's talk about 8K TVs. Samsung is back with the QN900F and they're claiming to be smarter and sharper. But is 8K upscaling really worth it or just a buzzword? Let's go ahead and talk about it and see if we could try to break it down. The QN900F comes at 65 and 75 inches. Samsung lists the 85-inch model, but as of right now, it's not showing up on the Best Buy website. So give it some time. It's going to show up a little bit later, but if you really need an 85-inch, maybe you have to look at elsewhere. But let's go ahead and look at the prices right now that I'm seeing on the Best Buy website. We're looking at a 65-inch. It's going for $3,200.
Damn.
The MSRP shows that it's 3,300, but they knocked it off already for $100 off. But the question is AK really even worth it? Now we're looking at the 75-inch is going for $4,200. They took off $100 off of that as well too, and they went ahead and marked this down by $100 as well too. So the MSRP is 4,300. But if you want to go ahead and cop the 65-inch, you are able to go ahead and buy this TV right now. But looking at my option in my area right where I live at, you only have a pickup between April 21st and you have a delivery as soon as April 20th. So for people who are thinking about or really want 8K, these are some options right now. So let me go ahead and look at the 75-inch and let's talk about what is going to be new for 2025 for the QN 900F. Now, if we're talking about the TV features, the quantum matrix mini LED technology, meaning it's supposed to have deeper blacks, brighter highlights, and insane contrast level, but the real magic is supposed to be Samsung NQ8 AI Gen 2 processor, which is about 8K upscaling and taking your HD from 4K content and making it look like it's a native 8K. So Samsung has been doing a good job with the 8K televisions, but the question is, and we talked about this numerous times before, is 8K even actually worth it? And as of right now, we don't have the content to really support this. But this is something that is exciting to see because now these TVs are starting to come out and it's starting to trickle down into our local stores in our area. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the Neo QLED 4K. So, right on the Best Buy website, they have here listed the QN80F and the QN90F. As of right now, I don't see the QN70F, so hopefully in the future they'll start to update their website for the QN70F. But let me go ahead and dive in deeper on the 80F and the 90F and talk about a little bit more of the technology and the features that it's going to have. So if we're looking at the flagship QN90F and the features, so if we're talking about the QN90F, it's supposed to be the flagship 4K television. It's supposed to feature the new NQ4 AI Gen 3 processor with the 4K upscaling and the Neo Quantum HDR Plus to boost digital detail for the brightness scenes by scene, and it also get the same anti-glare tech feature. The anti-glare feature. that's found in the same 8K models and fast refresh rate up to 165 hertz for smooth visuals. The series is also available in 43 inches and comes up all the way up to 115-inch screen sizes. But if you can see here on the Best Buy website, I'm looking at here for a 85 inch, we're looking at $4,400. The MSRP was going at 4,500, but it looked like they already discounted the TV for $100. And you can see this is kind of like out of all over the place when it comes to sizes. So you look at the 43 inch is going for $1,300. MSRP is $1,400. So they took off $100 off of this. And then you go from 50 inch is going for 1,400. And then if you go into the 65 inch, it goes to 2,600. And then you got to look at here the 75 inch. It's also going for 3,200. And we're looking at here 55 inches, 1,900. So, and then also if you're looking for a 98-inch QN90F, it's going for 1499, which is not great if I'm looking at prices for a 98 inch, because you could look at TCL or Hisense in this case, and I know they're going to do a lot better price when it comes to pricing. So I don't know what's going to be in the QN90F. I don't know if it's going to be extremely better than last year, but looking at the pricing, and I'm looking at the QN90F 98 inch specifically. Samsung, you really going to have to do something about adjusting these prices, especially if you're comparing yourself to TCL and the Hisense television. So I think this should be hovering around, if you're looking for a 98 inch, maybe around the 6,000, maybe $7,000 range just to start. Yeah, I'm just saying just to start at, and then from there start to trickle down a little bit lower. But selling this at $1,500, close to $1,500, just doesn't make sense. And just to go ahead and throw this out here too, you do have to be a total tech member or a total member plus or whatever they call it nowadays, just to get that $100 off. So I don't know if it's going to be really worth it. I know there's a 98-inch QN90F. It's definitely not something that someone should go out and just buy it immediately. I say go ahead and wait. If you really like the Samsung TV, wait for the prices to go down. But I will say look at TCL and Hisense, what they're going to be providing for this year as well too, before going ahead and jump the gun. Now, the last thing we're going to go ahead and talk about for the Neo QLED from Samsung is the QN80F. And the only differences between the 80F and the 90F is the processor, the NQ4 AI Gen 2 processor. And then also too, you will be bumping down to 144 hertz when it comes to gaming compared to 165 hertz if you're looking at the QN90F. But looking at the Best Buy website, if I'm looking at a 55 inch, it's going for 11 $1,200 for this. You have to be a total member for here. And right now they only have sizes on the website for 55, 65, 75, and 85 inches. But other than that, looking at the prices, these are what the prices are going for a Neo QLED. Now we're about to go ahead and switch to the OLED version, and I'm about to go in a little bit more details about that if you're still sticking with me on this video. Now, the last thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is the OLED television. And the only thing that they have listed at this time is Samsung S85F. If you remember, that's a WOLED TV. And right now that I'm looking at for a 77 inch, 55 inch, and a 65 inch. If you're looking at the 55 inch, it's going for $1,400. 65 is going for $1,900. And then for the 77 inch, it's going for $2,900. Now, for WOLED TV, for the S85F, it is rocking the same processor, the NQ4 AI Gen 2 that is on the 80 QN80F on here. So everything is pretty much identical when it comes to the processor, except for the only differences is the display technology when it comes to mini LED versus OLED television. But other than that, this is what we have at the moment when it comes to Best Buy listing. And let me know in the comments below, are you thinking about going ahead and buying the Samsung TV? Are you going to wait for the other manufacturers to start shipping out for LG or even Sony, Hisense, TCL, let me know in the comments. But if you could do me a favor first by hitting that like and the subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, I see everyone in the next video. Take care. Bye.